A first listen to Your Time Is Gonna Come and Black Mountain Side by Led Zeppelin. Okay, here we are with another Led Zeppelin reaction. Actually, I have two tracks in store for you guys today. I am, of course, making my way through the discography from the very start to the very end, starting with this very first album, which has been very impressive so far, especially for the fact that this is the first piece of music that these guys put together, and it's already at that elite tier level of musicianship, which is super cool to see. Now, so far, the album's topics have ranged from heartbreak, confusion, sort of disillusionment, and it had all the elements of what I love about Led Zeppelin's music from the very start. It's got a lot of different musical phrases to it. It's mysterious. It has a fantasy element to the whole thing. And probably the most impressive part is the fact that when they draw from inspirations, however sort of eclectic they are, it still sounds like Led Zeppelin at the end of it, which sort of proves how great they were as a band. Now, these reactions are from track 5 and track 6 of the album. Here are those reactions. Okay, here we are with Your Time Is Gonna Come. I've got the lyrics up as usual to help me follow along. Organs again. John Paul Jones. Got such a huge sound to it, the way they've mixed it. Okay, I think we're about to get into the non-instrumental part of it. The lyrics are about to come in. So if we're just to describe what just happened in terms of musically, it almost sounds like what you might hear during a wedding almost, you know, very serene, very beautiful start of this thing. You've got those church organs playing throughout. It must be John Paul Jones again. And I've spoken about the brilliance of the way that they mix a lot of their music. They made those organs sound like a wall of noise without it sounding sort of overbearing and sort of messing up the way the music come across in your headphones as well, which is a skill. There's a lot of stuff that is put out nowadays, which I feel like are sort of like blowing out your speakers, man. And this was just done perfectly. Some beautiful music played in the background of those organs too, and eventually took over the song. And then we've got the guitars that come in now. It sounded serene, beautiful. It's almost like it was a intro to sort of the bride coming in, or the beginning of a wedding ceremony. So here we go, let's back this up.
Lying, cheating, hurting, that's all you seem to do. Messing around every guy in town, putting me down for thinking of someone new. Always the same, playing your game, drive me insane, trouble's gonna come to you. One of these days, and it won't be long, you look for me, but baby, I'll be gone. This is all I gotta say to you, woman. Your time is gonna come. Your time is gonna come.
Organs are back.
Your time is gonna come. Your time is gonna come.
Bonzo. Okay, lots to talk about. So firstly, as you guys, if you've been following my Led Zeppelin catalog, every time Plant says the word woman. I love it. I don't know. The way he pronounces it is cool to me. Woman. Okay, so talking about sort of in the beginning with the introduction to this video, I spoke about the eclectic taste of this band and sort of the ability to do different musical phrases. We've seen that once again with this track, right? So you had in the beginning, which was I described as like the intro to a wedding ceremony almost, with organs being played, and then they're so smoothly able to transition into something completely different, you know, a guitar-led track. And then the organs coming in once again, always keeping things interesting, man. Always keeping things interesting. That's what I love about this band. Okay, so speaking about the theme of the track, once again, it's lyrics about heartbreak and a woman who is sort of cheating around town, which seems to be a big inspiration for a lot of blues style lyrics. Of course, Led Zeppelin are inspired by blues, but what I think is quite interesting is that they chose to make the beginning sound like a wedding ceremony, and then you have essentially what comes afterwards, I guess, is this woman who's cheating around and messing around town. So I think that was very deliberate by the band to make, well, at least to me, that's the story I tell myself in my head of this song, is that this was like the wedding ceremony at the beginning, and then the truth of who this woman is revealed only after Plant or the narrator is married to the girl. Pretty cool, man. I love that little twist. Let's keep this thing going.
Made up my mind, break you this time. Won't be so kind, it's my turn to cry.
Jimmy Page.
Do what you want, I won't take the brunt. It's fading away, can't feel you anymore. Don't care what you say, cause I'm gonna wait to stay. Gonna make you pay for that great big hole in my heart. People talking all around, watch out woman, no longer is that you're gonna be on my heart. You've been bad to me, woman, but it's coming back home to you. Your time is gonna come. 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 Baby, your time is gonna come. Your time is gonna come. Your time is gonna
Wow. Okay, awesome track. If we're keeping with the sort of church theme, the wedding theme, I love that they added the harmonies in the chorus, and it was a brilliant chorus. The way that they brought the organs back with the guitars. Also, when Plant really lets go and starts to really belt and let his frustrations come out, is there anyone better than him? I mean, these sort of sections where he's doing ad libs essentially, that's like the best part of it. They need to like turn that up in the mix for me. But great song overall. Love the vibe of it. I can imagine this being a real hit live, especially the chorus part of it. Imagining everyone singing along as if they're the harmonies, and them really extending this one out and turning it into a sort of piece, which Zeppelin I think do a lot in their live shows. Really brilliant track, man. I think this is more of a deep album cut than something like a Dazed and Confused, which is a real standout and easy standout in an album. But this is one of those great album cuts. Okay, brilliant track, man. On to the next one. Okay, here we are with Black Mountainside. Here is the reaction. Okay, so that's the end of the last track. Okay, it looks like this is a purely instrumental track and has a lot of influence, like Eastern music influence. Certainly sounds like a sort of sitar being played, I think. Very unique sound to that guitar. It must be some kind of Eastern twist to the guitar. Yeah, cool sound so far. Okay, cool piece of music, man. I think it would have probably more of an impact on me if it was a full album listening experience. You know, when you're playing it from start to finish, it's sort of like a musical interlude, if you will. However, it's got a cool sound to it. I think the Eastern inspirations are very obvious on this one, especially the drum sound. It sounds like a dul, as we call it. You know, that double-sided drum that people play in like India and Bangladesh. Pakistan as well. Yeah, cool sound to it, man. Led on from the last track. Just in general, I love how eclectic the music is. I spoke about that in the very start with the introduction. They pull from everywhere, and it still sounds like Led Zeppelin somehow. If you ask me what I kind of saw in my head as the song played out, sort of sounded like horses galloping almost. It's called Black Mountain Side, so I imagine like on the side of a mountain, people galloping on their way to a journey. Cool two songs, man. This album has been very, very enjoyable so far. So thumbs up from me, and until next time.